Hey everyone, this is Stephen Strachan at Cast Iron Cookware, where you can find information to help you better collect, restore, and use cast iron cookware. Since I've been on the carnivore diet, I've been trying out different recipes just to keep the diet a little more interesting. Today I'm going to be doing a carnivore Parmesan chicken styled chicken, and I'm going to be doing that coming right up. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's purchased my product, Easy Beasy Cast Iron Seasoning. The purchase of this product helps keep this channel going, and I just want to say thank you so very much. So let's get on into our video. Okay, usually when you do chicken Parmesan, you wind up using breadcrumbs or panko breadcrumbs or something similar. But because we're not eating any breads or any flour products, I've got this panko crumbs ground pork rinds, and this particular product is called Pork's Artisanal Fried Pork Rinds, Smoke Flavored. Now you can get the non-flavored, or there even are a few that has Italian seasoning and things like that, and you can just get a plain generic form. I just thought this here might be pretty good, so we're going to give it a try. Also, I'm going to be using my number 9 Birmingham Stove and Range Red Mountain skillet. And a number 9 is kind of a hard to find piece, and I really like this one. This has got a underlined number 9 hand scribed, which tells me it's early in the Red Mountain series of Birmingham Stove and Range. Now, Red Mountain series ran from 1930 up until 1950 and kind of went into the 50s a little. When Century started in 1950, there was a little bit of overlap. They were still doing some pouring in the floor when they were also doing the distomatic. So I believe this one's early. It's going to be probably in the 1930s, maybe even in the early 30s. Birmingham Stove and Range is one of my favorite makers. They're nice and heavy, and they're usually, the older pieces are really smooth. Now, one way you can tell a Birmingham Stove and Range is this prominent little ridge right here. Also the teardrop hanger hole, inside heat ring, just a few other markers, but these are really good skillets. So this is going to be the star of the show today. So let's pull the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, first of all, we're going to start off with our chicken. So I'm going to use a cling wrap to get our chicken beat down. Now, first of all, we're going to take our chicken breast. Now this is a pretty good piece, pretty good size, so I'm just going to lay it right here on my cellophane. Then I'm going to wrap it over. I'm going to try this little baby out. This is a Pioneer Woman hammer. It's got 3 different sides, which is a coarse side, not so coarse side, and a smooth side. So we're just going to start off with our flat side. Probably all we're going to need. We'll just see. We're not trying to break it apart like with a steak. We're not trying to tenderize it. We're just trying to flatten it. And you try to even it out, because if you don't, you'll wind up with big holes. And you do want to get it thin enough so that it will cook all the way through without burning your breadcrumbs. So we can kind of spin this thing around a little bit. You can even flip it over if you want to, so you can kind of see what you're doing. Now, if you hit it in too much of an angle, you'll cut a hole in it, and then you'll just have a floppy mess. You kind of want to start in the middle and work your way to the outsides. And the more even you have it, the more evenly it's going to cook. So right now, we're probably where we need to be. I think I'm going to be happy with that. One good thing about using the cellophane is you keep your hammer clean. Also, if you're careful, except for a few little places, you can keep your cutting board clean. Maybe I should have used a little bit bigger piece of wrap. But there we go. You just pull this thing out and see, we're nice and intact. It's not full of holes like my last one. Of course, you didn't see that. The next thing we're going to do is get our egg wash to dredge it in. We're just going to... Okay, now we have it mixed. We're going to take our plate right here and we're going to pour this in our plate. Now, if you're going to be doing more than one piece, you're going to be doing a lot, you're going to want to have more than one egg. So, let's take our piece of chicken. We're just going to drop it right on there. See, just the right size. We're going to flip it. Flip it again. We're going to make sure it's totally covered. Okay, we're just going to let this sit while we're getting our crumbs ready. Okay, we have another plate for our crumbs. That's about enough, but if I need any more, I can pour some on. So, get it about the size of our chicken. And dredge it again if you want to. Make sure we're good. Then we're just going to lay it right on top of there. Press it in. And then flip it, press it in. We can fill up any little gaps there if we want to. We can add a little more to it as well. And I found out it's cheaper to buy these already ground than it is to buy the pork rinds and grind them yourself. We're going to take our number 9 skillet and we're going to put about a half a stick of butter in that. Let's pull the camera over to our cooktop. Now we're not going to cook it on the stove top, but we are going to melt the butter. Just get us a little butter. Melt it in the pan, and we're going to put this in the oven. Okay, and we're going to lay it in there. And then we're going to flip it. Put our butter all the way over the pan again. And that's it. We're going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees and we're going to go about 20 minutes, maybe a little more. One of my favorite kitchen tools of all time is going to be my ThermoWorks ThermoPan. And I'm telling you, this thing is so handy. I use it for everything. It's waterproof. I'll leave a link in the description below. I am an affiliate, so I may get a few dollars if you buy one. Not a whole lot, but every little bit counts. So what I like about this one here is it is waterproof and it just folds up and there you go. And when you need to check, you just stick it in there. So when we get to 165, I'm going to call it done. And after it's done, I may put it on broil just to crust it up a little bit. So let's put this thing in the oven and we'll check it out when it comes back. Now, while our chicken is being baked in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and make my cheese sauce. I will leave a card up here for the recipe for the cheese sauce. I made that the other day and it is delicious. Okay, we got lots of popping. Okay, I flipped it over and maybe lost a little bit of my breading. We're going to add, while it's warm, we're going to add a little bit of grated Parmesan on top. And this here is the stuff right here. Oh man. Now, this looks good. Looks good. Now, if you like it more crispy, you can leave it in there longer. So here we go. Oh, sounds like some good crunch going on right there. Got some good crunch. Now, doesn't that look good? Even the bottom has a good bit of crust. The sauce, you can almost drink it. I'm just gonna load it up. Got some good stuff right there. I'm just telling you, delicious. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I promise I'll keep more coming. I just want to say thank you again for watching Cast Iron Cookware. Before you go, I would like to share something with you really quickly. In Proverbs chapter 3, verse 1 and 2, it says, "My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add unto thee." I just want to say, share the word and be a blessing.